So my name is John Liptak. I'm the president and CEO of UBERbase, as well as president of Oakwood and a number of other companies here in Canada. We are involved in several different industries. Primarily, I'll speak about the software today. The software that we've developed initially was for UBERbase. UBERbase is an insolvency process system software, and we started about 11 years ago, and it grew into a Canada-wide software administration system. We initially contacted Itransition to help us with our insolvency process software, and we were very impressed with the dedication, the team effort, the spirit of cooperation. And what happened was we developed a relationship over a large number of years, and that spawned into a very good software package that brought us from zero market share to approximately 50% of the market share across Canada, and we're actually now in negotiations to purchase our competitor. So it's put us in a very, very strong position, and I have to thank Itransition for that. 123Works was initiated approximately 3.5 years ago, and then while we were working with Itransition on our other software, IPS, from UBERbase, we decided to move forward with the 123Works software. I think you call it Skyscraper. At the end of the day, there were a number of reasons, a number of factors that came into play with respect to what our needs were. Our goals in planning the system were that we required something extremely comprehensive. We wanted to have everything completely integrated, more or less one piece of software that covered everything from start to finish. It had to be a cloud-based software because we use iPads on the job sites, and we wanted to make sure that it was totally compatible with the new technologies out there, and cloud-based software allowed us to actually use the software in any different situation and environment, which was really helpful to us. And we wanted it easy to use, so it had to be very familiar, and it had to be industry standards with respect to being able to just click through and go into more granular information whenever required. And so it could be very easy from the basic appearance, and very, very comprehensive if you dug deeper into the software itself. The software itself is essentially a very standard appearance. It looks like Microsoft CRM or Microsoft Outlook kind of interface. And so it's very easy to use, very user-friendly. And we want to keep that moniker in the sense that we wanted everybody to be able to go onto that software and essentially use it right out of the box. And this is very important to us when we're dealing with people that are not software savvy. We're not dealing with high-tech people here. We're dealing with construction workers. That's essentially what 123Works is catered towards. And so therefore it had to be easy to use. That was very, very high on the list. We chose Itransition primarily because we had a relationship already with them, and it was very positive, and we wanted to make sure that we had someone that was reliable and trustworthy as a partner, and so it was an easy transition from IPS to 123Works. We know that Itransition has a professional team in place to give us reliable service. For example, we have a new bill go up on Thursdays every 2 weeks, and if we have any issues at all, within an hour we have those resolved. That's very, very important to our company to make sure that we have that kind of response and dedication. So the work ethic is second to none, and that's why we quite frankly don't do the work locally here in Canada and in the US. The expectations of salaries are much higher, and the expectations of the employee are much more demanding in North America. We have an integrated approach that we're using, and we certainly are pleased with how Itransition has helped us with respect to all of the individual areas, helping us integrate everything and give us a guidance all the way, and that was very, very useful to our development. There were many challenges along the way. Obviously, we're walking on new ground with respect to cloud-based software. So it's a situation where we are on basically new turf, and we had to invent things and kind of reinvent things that were already established in the industry. The challenges were essentially, they were actually quite large because we were doing a complete cloud-based platform. That means that everything was more or less in HTML. So our issue was to ensure that we were as strong and as vibrant a piece of software that you would have on a desktop, and still have it cloud-based for flexibility and sheer portability in the workplace, specifically with our PDAs and with our iPads and iPhones and our other Android devices that we're currently using. Basically, cloud-based is not easy. You're dealing with HTML, you're dealing with a situation where you just can't have, for instance, all the characters that you do want on a screen, and you're dealing with speed issues and the connection issues. So we had to overcome a lot of that, and a lot of it was inventing and leading edge technology, which Itransition helped us all the way. So we're really thankful for that. With respect to a few other challenges, we had integration that we had requested with respect to our email accounts integrating totally with Gmail accounts and also the Google Calendar. And that was a challenge in itself, and that worked out beautifully. It really is working out extremely well, especially for portability. And that allows us to use power of Google and also have our own legacy software, which is not legacy in the sense that we're integrated with Google. So it makes it timeless in that sense. We also added many features which were totally new in the sense that there was nothing like it in the marketplace. The estimating component, the quick quote component. This was a type of on-the-fly estimating software that allowed our users to go very, very detailed and do up to 155, 200-page proposal for a client in as little as 10 minutes. So this gave us the ability to make a relevant proposal that was very detailed and very price accurate for our clients. Very important component, took us a long time, and we had great help from Itransition there. We researched a lot of companies before we actually hired Itransition, and it took us about a half a year to make our decision. And once we did, we absolutely did not turn back. We were extremely happy with our decision, and we would highly recommend Itransition to anyone that's looking for a serious software development company. And I cannot speak more highly about any company in this field.